as of now we have covered with LAMP architecture, in which we have installed where L stands for Linux, A stands for Apache, M stands for MySQL, and P stands for PHP. So we have installed all these in our machine, and we are well good to start with the working in PHP now. Along with these, we have installed PHP MyAdmin, the GUI based database access. We'll be using this for databases part. So today, what we will be covering in this session is regarding code editors. So if I talk about code editors, we will be having window-based code editors. We are having Linux-based code editors, or we are having Mac-based code editors as well. Talk about code editors, I am including the IDEs as well. So what these means is window-based code editors or window-based IDEs means there are certain applications, certain programs which are compatible with only Windows. They are not compatible with Linux environments. Means you are not having any installer file for Linux based systems. So that particular code editor or that particular IDE, you will be facing an issue when you will be installing it on the Linux based systems, because in the LAMP architecture we are having Linux. Similarly, for the Mac based code editors or Mac based IDEs, we will be facing difficulties to run on the Linux environment. So today's session will be including on how to run window-based code editor or Mac-based code editors onto the Linux-based environments. So Linux-based code editors or Linux-based IDs, those are directly installed onto the Linux machines, but window-based or Mac-based are do not get directly installed, but we need certain application to make these compatible with the Linux based programs. And the name of that particular application is Wine. So today's session will be downloading and installing Wine. And then we will be configuring the same. And then we'll be trying to download and install window-based code editor named as Notepad++ in this Linux environment. So that is what we will be going to do today. So let's start with the installation of download and installation of Wine. I'm not forcing you all to to install with the Notepad++. If you want to work on any other code editor or any other IDE, you can work on the same as well. This is for your additional information that whenever you want to run any window-based file onto the Linux, you need this application. So if it's not only for PHP, it's for further as well. If you are working on the Linux based environment in your lifetime and you want to have some window based application, you need to download and install this application. Okay, so for this, what we will be doing is we will be logging into our machine, the same machine in which we have covered the installation of LAM. We'll be installing Wine as well. To install Wine, what we will be doing is we'll be navigating to google.com and searching for the installation of Wine. You want to have different code editor or you want to have different IDE installed over this Ubuntu machine, you can search that particular IDE or code editor onto the Google. The same way you will be getting the steps to run onto this Ubuntu machine. So you will be running those all steps and finally you will be getting that particular application. So as of now, what I did is I explored Wine Ubuntu and I navigated to the Wine homepage, that is winehq.org. WineHQ run Windows application on Linux, BSD, Solaris, and so on. So I clicked on this link, or you can directly open this website, winehq.org. And then what is Wine is, it is not an emulator. It is a compatibility layer capable of running Windows application on several POSIX compliant operating systems such as it supports Linux, Mac OS, and BSD. So you can run Windows-based applications on any interface like Linux or Mac OS. Instead of simulating internal Windows logic like a virtual machine or an emulator, Wine, it translates API calls into the postfix calls on the fly. So you will be using Wine to run to make Windows-based application compatible with Linux environment. To do so, we click on download. It navigates to the download page. We scroll below and select the platform. So it is applicable for Android, Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, and macOS. You can install Wine on any of these platforms. So presently, I am working with Ubuntu. So I will be clicking on Ubuntu. When I click on this Ubuntu machine, it gives me the steps of installation. You can go through this information on what the installing packages are. And you can able to see these are the steps of installation. So let's try running each of the step in our terminal. The very first step, sudo dpkg add architecture 1386. So simply copy and open the terminal. Simply paste that particular step and press enter. Since I am logged into this machine for the very first time, it is asking for the password in the terminal. I entered the machine password and the first step gets executed successfully. So please go through what all is being covered because this will be useful in your future whenever you want to have any Windows-based application being compatible on Linux environment. It can be your PHP code editor. It can be your any other software or an application, or it can be any other different application or project or some exe file. If you make any project in Windows, you want to run it on the Linux server, then definitely you need such application to make it compatible on the Linux environment. So moving ahead, let's move on to the second part. So download and add the repository key. To download, we use the wget command. This is the second step and the complete URL is also given where to get this particular repository key. So I copied this out and paste it on the terminal and press enter. So as you are able to see, this download gets completed and a key name as winehq.key has been downloaded. Now I am moving to the third step and I am adding this repository key into my application packaging advanced packaging tool. So the command for the same is sudo means administrator apt advanced packaging tool minus key add this particular key. What this key is? The key which has been downloaded just recently. To add this, I'm running this command and click on enter. It says OK. Means this key has been added to this apt package.
The next step is we need to select which version Ubuntu we have installed. Since I have installed Ubuntu 20.04, I will be running this particular command. If you have different version of Ubuntu, select the command accordingly. So I will copy this and paste it on the terminal and pressing enter. This will take couple of minutes and it requires internet connection as well to download packages from the internet. So as you are able to see, all the packages have been downloaded and there are no errors in this step. Then we are good enough to proceed with the further step. The next step is to update the packages. So the command for the same is sudo apt update. I copy this command, paste it on the terminal and press enter. So this command is executed successfully. Then moving back to the web browser. Now the next step is to install one of the following packages. So we have the stable branch, we have the development branch, we have the staging branch. You can install any one of it. I will be going with the stable branch. I copy that particular stable branch command and paste the same on the terminal and press enter. So it loads certain packages that are required for this branch to get installed and it asks me whether I want to continue, yes or no. I press Y to proceed and on pressing Y it starts downloading certain packages from the internet and as I am able to see the installation has begun and some percentage is being increasing up, so I need to wait for a couple of minutes for the installation to get complete. If the stable branch do not works for you or it gives you the error, please proceed with the development branch or the stacking branch. You can choose any one of it. So let's wait for a couple of minutes for the installation to get complete. So I'm getting certain failure errors. So you can install any one of these branches. I will be going with the development branch since I am getting errors with the stable branch. So let's try installing the development branch. I copied the command and paste it on the terminal. I pressed Y to continue with the installation of the development branch. So let's wait for a couple of minutes for this installation to get complete. You can install any branch, stable development branch, whichever you like. For me, stable branch gave me an error, so I am now trying with the development branch. And as I am able to see, the installation has started for the development branch at my end. So it is almost 15% completed now. So let's wait for a couple of minutes for the installation to get complete. So as I am able to see, there are no errors for the development branch and the Linux prompt appears again. So I have executed all the steps and let's check whether the Wine has been installed into this machine or not. For checking that, I simply write Wine and I am able to see the uses of the Wine program. For displaying help, I can enter wine hyphen help. So it will give me the help. And if I want to check with the wine version, the command is wine minus minus version. So this prompts me with the wine version. Then the first thing I will be doing is I will be running wine configuration. So for the command for wine configuration is winecfg and I press enter. The wine configuration has started. So it will take a couple of minutes for the wine configuration to get complete. So let's wait for a couple of minutes for this configuration. So as you are able to see, it prompts me with Wine Mono installer and it says that Wine could not find a Wine Mono package that is needed for the .NET applications to work correctly. So Wine can automatically download and install it for you. It is asking for the cancel and install. I will be selecting install. So it is downloading this Wine Mono package from the internet, and it will be installing the same so that the Wine configuration can be loaded in this machine. So we need to wait for a couple of minutes for this download to get complete, and then the configurations to be active so that the Wine configurations part will be appearing in front of us. So as we are able to see, this Wine configuration is now loaded in front of us, and under the applications tab we are able to see the Windows version. Better to choose Windows 10 or the latest one that you are having so that it is compatible with the latest Windows applications also. You can explore different tabs in this about audio, drives, applications, libraries, and so on. That is up to you. But you need to select this version, Window 10, and then click on apply and OK, and then wait for a couple of minutes until the Linux prompt appears in front of you. So this is all about the installation of Wine, and the Wine has been installed into our system successfully. So that's it for this session. In the next video, we'll be covering about how we can install window-based applications using this Wine into the Linux environment. Thank you.